Good evening, Spiritual Collective. So tonight when I asked what we needed to hear on this night, I received all at once 4 cards came out. The 3 of Swords in reverse. The 4 of Wands. The Knight of Swords. And the Fool. So it feels like, again, looking at our past reading, there was some heartache, some heartbreak, some betrayal, some loss, some feelings of loss, some emotional pain, you know, a disconnect between the mental and the emotional. But I feel like because it came in the reverse, we are behind, that is behind us. We are moving out of that and into stability. There's a new stability in our lives, new creative foundation, what we're setting for ourselves that's allowed us to feel safe. We've again moved away, or are moving away. If you're still having this linger in your life, there is going to be stability, creative. You're going to be building something for yourself that allows you to really tend your personal spark, your creative flame. You're going to be able to tend more to this and less to the heartache. Whatever that was is in the past now, at least for most of us. And you're looking towards newer and brighter things. The Knight of Swords. There is still times when you need to use your words, your thoughts, your focus against those who would wish to come at you. There is that, but mostly it's about protecting your peace because you're moving into this. You're able to move into this. This is temporary, it's fleeting, it's moments here then gone, may come around again. But this is an overall energy that you're moving into because you're starting anew. Again, another new project, another new chapter, something new, exploring more. Maybe because you have this foundation, you're looking into different things to explore, to expand your horizon, setting off on a new journey. This feels supportive. It doesn't feel as risky as it may at other times. This feels like you actually do have a firm foot down. Even on the cliff, you have a knowing. You have helpers, you have guides, you have a strong intuition to help guide your way. So I wouldn't fear too much about really stepping off course or getting in too much of a mess. You are heavily protected during this new chapter. The last reading, I believe we also had the 3 of Swords, and we also had the World, I believe, from my memory. So that means that, okay, we ended with the World and now we have the Fool again. So something's ended and now we're fully beginning something new. And this process may bleed over, but it's definitely something that you're starting new on. The Ziggurat, the Tower. Again, with this foundation, you do have a strong foundation. So anything that may threaten this, what's going on here? Yeah, it's such a strong foundation that you're pretty good. And also too, it just, anything that may be a tower moment only adds to how strong your foundation really is. These new insights that you get from any tower moments will help clarify even more. They're having a ritual on top of a ziggurat, and heavenly light is shining down as the very top of the tower is being struck. It feels like it's opening a way, though. The lightning, when it struck, there's a crack, and it feels like it's actually allowing more access for the light. There's something about the lightning striking that's important for this ritual. Maybe you need a new something to shake up your consciousness or your level of your beliefs that'll help open you up to something more expansive and broadening your horizon, but therefore also solidifying your foundation at the same time. Because it's a solid foundation. And again, you don't see a need for upset because it feels like you're stable. The World. Okay, we get the World again. So we get the World and the Fool. So, yeah. Yeah, you've just... Okay, is that the... Look! It's like the same little fox in the... Right there. That fox right here and the fox right there. For some reason I grabbed this deck again. That's interesting that I grabbed the Fool and the World from that deck. And yes, that helper is with you, that guide, that fox guide is also with you in the beginning and at the end of your journey. So you do have help on your way, on your path. Go back to this deck. The Ten of Wands. You may feel burdened. You may feel like you have a lot to carry. You do a lot. You have a lot of things that you do. You have a lot of creations, a lot of not only just the chores of normal life that you have to deal with, and your work, and all the other things that you do, especially if you're working and you're doing the entrepreneurial thing, you've got a lot of stuff that you're doing. And it can feel heavy. Not sure what that is he's holding. Something to stabilize the... I don't know. This is... Oh, you're in water? Water. So sometimes it feels like it's a really hard journey just because of all the stuff you gotta do. Or that you do. That was not in the picture. That's interesting. That's why I was like, what is that? Okay. There was something on the card that was not in the picture. Okay. Alright. That makes more sense. I was like, what is that? The Knave of Swords. Again, a lot of the work that you've been doing, that you've been preparing, that you've been... Let's see. There's a necklace. Okay. So it seems as if this person he's cutting cutting this thing off this purse off this animal with this. It almost looks like theft. Knave of Swords. So someone was using... Someone was using their words or their cunning to try to take something precious to affect your work, your outcome. Or it could seem to others that you were sneaky in ways. I'm not quite sure. This is interesting because it follows the Ten of Wands, which is burdensome. There could also be an easier, a faster way, maybe a more cunning way of doing things. I'm not sure. Maybe people think you're dishonest because you get so much done. There's no way you could possibly do that. I don't know. This is interesting. When you're busy doing something, someone else is being cunning and doing something else shorthand, like underhanded maybe. And taking a shortcut. There's different ways that you could see this. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to have to clarify on that. Okay. The Magician. Oh, wow. Looks like necromancy. It looks like he's bringing the dead back to life by touching this. That's what it appears to be happening in the picture. Sorry. Nyarlathotep. Okay. Let's clarify a little more on that. It's a little bit interesting. I'm not quite sure how to take this knave energy. I don't know. But maybe it's somebody, I feel maybe it's somebody else. Or something that you need to, different approach. Another Magician card. Manipulation. Okay, yeah, so this was some kind of manipulation that someone was doing. Some kind of, again, while you're working and your attention is turned and you're not looking, someone is cutting into your bag, so to speak, of goods and getting the treasure, some reward that they're getting maybe off your hard work. This could be a work situation. Maybe someone's stealing your ideas, your creativity. They're trying to drain your creativity. Maybe by loading you with work, they're draining your energy and they're able to get more, they're able to get something done because of that you're doing more work. The Ace of Books. A locked book. There's something, whoa. There's something that is, it feels like forbidden knowledge. It feels like, but you have the key. There's the key there, guarded by a being. This knowledge could also be something secret that somebody doesn't want you to know. However, this is the Ace of Books. So the Ace of Swords in this deck, I believe. Again, someone is, this could work both ways. There's information that you need to know that is being kept from you. Something that is being guarded from you, some information. Again, it's being manipulative. Someone's being manipulative with this information that they're not sharing with everybody. Okay. So you might have someone who's trying to be underhanded here. Trying to manipulate. But I feel also too that you have a lot of this otherworldly knowledge that you can intuitively know what's going on. You might not know everything, but you know enough that you are safe and that you are protected. Chaos. Chaos. Someone's trying to cause chaos, trying to create some kind of, yeah, there's some kind of chaos so that they can have manipulation in this chaos. Like they're able to do their manipulation in the chaos. The more chaotic and mysterious and maybe even scary this thing is, the less likely people or you will be able to pry into to discover what's going on. Whoa. Sins of the ancestors. Okay. Here again we have lightning striking the top. Is this another version of the Tower card? Let's see. Yeah. So there is like this tower. There's like this tower moment where maybe something's going to be realized. Okay, yeah. Okay. Alright, sins of the ancestors. Okay. The lightning strikes this house. The lightning strikes this ziggurat, allowing for more light to shine through. This light is shining through as the lightning strikes the ziggurat. The lightning strikes the top of this house. The sins of the ancestors. This could also be a family situation or a situation where where there's people involved, like more than just a couple of people. Quite a few people are involved, a group of people. There's definitely a hierarchy. So again, knowledge is being kept so that someone can have an upper hand in a situation. The Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, and the Knight, the King of Beakers. Okay, there's an explosive amount of... Again, there is this knowledge, this intuitive, something that's being shared from the divine, the source, from some kind of other realm, some other mental or intuitive level, some kind of intuitive mental realm. And you're able to, someone's able to harness this. You can also harness this too, I'm feeling like some of it's trying to be kept a secret. There may be people who think that you have a secret that you're keeping and they want to know what it is. So they try to use manipulation. I feel like this is the manipulator because it's the manipulation card. But I feel like that intent is more directed at someone to keep them down, while the King of Beakers is, he's having his mind expanded. And so he's able to see with new eyes this new, there's something that's being shared. So you may have a period of more intense psychic awareness, abilities coming to you. You may feel like you're getting, again, rapid insight, a lot of interesting communications coming through. The Ace of Pentacles also fell out with the King of Beakers. So, yeah, it has to do with wealth. It also has, I'm also getting Philosopher's Stone. I'm also getting, so I'm getting wealth. Also with this necklace that's being stolen, there's some kind of jewel. There's some kind of stone. Some kind of, again, this is not literally, I mean, maybe there is a jewel literally, but this is more of, it's more symbolic of what you've been creating for yourself. The physical, okay, yeah, wealth. Wealth, someone, yeah, the wealth that you have for yourself. Not only your physical wealth, which you have quite a bit of possibly, and it could be upsetting people, but you also have this knowledge, this forbidden knowledge that's enabled you to create this deep spiritual inner wealth for yourself. Yeah, this reading is interesting. It's, yeah. Okay. Let's see. What's this here? Yeah, so there's definitely those who, they think you have a secret and you have secret knowledge, but they want to manipulate you to keep you from experiencing this knowledge, because it's giving you wealth of some sort. It's giving you some kind of, okay, here, the Mystic Swamp. Deep, dark, watercolored. Wait, hold on. It's really small writing here. Deep, dark waters, your reflection you can't see. You won't find yourself if you don't go deep. Okay, go deep into the Mystic Swamp. You won't find yourself if you don't go deep. It's hard to see. Deep, dark waters, the reflection you can't see. Okay. So, again, there's something you can't see, something that's hidden. You have to go deep. You have to go deep within in order to unlock this knowledge. Okay. Okay, werewolf. We've got, well, it's really kind of small, right? Only the moon knows what it takes to hide this turmoil. Two sides of the same tormented soul. Okay. So, werewolf, going deep within, finding yourself, unlocking the different sides of yourself. Again, it's saying just different sides of yourself. The other side, the more wild, untamed side. There's something there that you need to unlock. The ghoul. In the dark, in the shadows I dwell, feeding on what I can, not remembering when, I'm sorry, not remembering when was the last time that life tasted well. Okay. There's some kind of disappointment, some kind of feeding. Someone is upset. Someone is feeding off of... Someone is possibly feeding off of you, off of your wealth, off of your knowledge, secret knowledge. They're trying to. Not saying that they're successful, but they're trying to, and maybe you aren't allowing them the access that they want. Again, with the locked book, you're a locked book. They can't figure you out. So they're not being fed, and they're having a hard time. You may appear to have two sides. You're a multifaceted person. You're willing to go deep within to find yourself. So you're able to not be manipulated by others, although they do try. But you can also have this aspect of manipulation where you turn what you get from the other side and manifest it in the world. You have this strong connection to the other side. And that's what they want. They have the ones that are that actually the manipulators that actually do have a connection to the other side. They're using it in a dark way to pull you into some kind of chaos to keep you from really excelling, because I guess they feel that because they want the jewel for themselves. They want this jewel. That's their cunning. That's their sneakiness. If they take it from you, they don't have to do all the hard work. Oh yeah, exactly. What does it sound like? You're doing all the hard work. You've got your jewel. You've got your secret knowledge, and they want it. And they want to be underhanded and sneaky. That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay. So if you have someone in your life who you know is kind of feeding off you, trying to get the upper hand, trying to take from you, whether that be physical, monetary, or even emotionally, just draining you, because it gives them something. It gives them some kind of feeling where they feel like they're gaining something from that. Okay. But you are good, though. There is this underlying tension, because there's people trying to manipulate and feed off of your energy and get things from you. But also, too, you're starting this new journey. You just need to make sure that you're guarded that you're guarded, and that you can fight off those trying to come at you. Mental protection, spiritual protection. But because you can go deep, you're able to weather the storm. You're able to weather the chaos that's thrown at you. And the tower moment that you've gone through many of is coming for them. But unlike you, who have done the alchemy, that have alchemized your past pains and your past experiences into this stone, into this jewel, if they haven't done the work, they're not going to be able to do that. It's going to be life-shattering for them, because they don't know how to process the situation. They don't know how to process these tower moments. And it could be something as just a change of perception, a change of your mentality. And it could be something in the physical, like a rapid, sudden change that changes your life. It could be something that's not huge, but changes your life and the way you do things. And it could be a perception. It could be a perception of how things are. The way, you could get you could actually get some crazy, spiritually expanding insight that changes your notion of the world forever, leading to a whole different mind, leading to a whole different way of being. So that could also be the case. But it's not a scary tower. I don't feel like, I don't feel like it's bad. I feel like you have a tower and they have a tower, but it's different because you're different people and you experience it differently. Ah, okay, the Nine of Swords. Okay. You felt like this. You felt like this in the past. People could be trying to make you feel this way. This person that's feeding off you may want you to feel like this is you. You have nowhere to go. Anxiety and fears consuming you. Again, you may have felt this numerous times in the past in your life, but you're on a new, that's ending. They may be feeling this now because of it coming back on them because of what they've done. 9. Sorry, 9 of Cups. This is, I believe this is you. Yeah, okay, oh yeah. Okay, yeah, you're summoning, wow, okay, vampire. And you're definitely, is that someone in the background? Oh yeah, that's someone who's been fed off of it, looks like. So is that feeding? But this is, let's look at this here for a second. Okay. So instead of having you like this, you're more rejoicing and like rejoicing in being fed and being nourished, like, again, vampires being nourished from blood. Okay, a little dark. But you know, it's you're not in that 9 of Swords. You're in the 9 of, what was it? 9 of Swords and 9 of Cups. Okay, nines again. Okay, yeah, the feeling that you feel after this feed, this is how they wanted to feel after feeding off of you, but this is how you feel in your life now that you've started this new cycle. It's the universe that's giving you this ecstasy, this bliss. You know, just like a vampire that's just consumed a whole bunch of blood, and you just feel nourished, like you have that feeling. Okay. Interesting. Is this the world again? That's another world card. We have 3 world cards here. No, we just have, I'm sorry, no we don't. We don't have 3. We have 2 world cards. But again, this is confirming that this is the end of the cycle. Okay, so this is the end of the cycle of like the 9 of Swords kind of energy being fed off of, and this is a completion. Something new is about to begin. Something positive, a new mindset, a new truth, a new way of thinking, a new ideal, new information that you carry. But it's also a secret information. There's something secret about it. You're keeping it to yourself. You're keeping this new mindset, this new way of being, you're keeping it to yourself. And you have this Knight of okay, is this Cups, Hearts? I don't know. Someone coming towards you in a way like a partnership of maybe a romantic gesture. The Five of Wands. I would say maybe just I don't know. I would say, I just want to get all the details here, because like sometimes they're really detailed and you can't see it all in one glance. Yeah, it looks like a struggle here. I would say, like, enjoy your new beginning. There's definitely an ending and a new beginning. There may be, for some of you, partnership trying to come in. I would say maybe just keep that at bay. And like, I'm not like, again, you make your own decisions, but I feel like there is some conflict here. And I don't know if it is this person or not, but it could be someone who's trying to do the whole like stealing your jewel type of thing. I feel like the same person, the same card came up, and I felt he was being dishonest the last time too. There's some kind of gesture, and I feel like it's going to get you trapped in a situation that you're going to have to maneuver out of, that you really don't want to. So maybe just feel this person out, maybe keep them at bay a little bit, maybe do some testing. Don't rush into anything. Basically, that's my, if someone does come in that wants to do a new partnership, or like a romantic gesture or dating or something, I would just be wary. I would really make sure you know this person, but don't make any commitments. Don't get trapped into anything. Don't make moves that'll get yourself trapped in anything that you can't get yourself out of. That's what I would say. See, when you have these like new beginnings and things are looking good for you and you have a lot going on for you, people can tell even if you don't share it, and they want a piece of it. They really do. I don't know why people feel they have to, always try to get a piece of what's not theirs because they didn't earn it. But a lot of people do, and it's a shame, right? All right, let's see. Any more guidance that we have to help us on this? Loyalty. Loyalty and fragment. Okay, yeah, loyalty to yourself. Loyalty to yourself, that you remain strong. Be centered on yourself right now. Again, if you have family obligations, take care of that. But other than that, you need to focus on yourself, be loyal to yourself, and whatever spiritual partnerships that you have on the spiritual realm. Fragment, because there's some kind of fragmentation that's taking place here with the Ghoul. Again, he feeds on things he hasn't been fed, and let me reread this just so we get a little bit more clarity on the messaging here. In the shadows I dwell, feeding on what I can, not remembering when the last time not remembering when was the last time that life tasted well. Okay, so there's this fragmentation. Okay, he's been feeding, but life has not tasted great since he can ever remember when was the last time it tasted well. And this fragment, a ghoul and a fragment. So watch out for people fragmenting you, or you being put in situations where you fragment yourself, where you're not living the life that you should be living. This life is yours. This new beginning is yours. Be loyal to yourself. Be loyal to yourself. Oh, okay. Another house. Belonging. This one's the house of belonging. Okay. So you will find people or groups that you belong to, but don't make this a priority. Don't make it a priority. Focus on yourself. Because sometimes when we try to belong too much, when you're too focused on belonging, that's when you fragment yourself. Because you're not being true to yourself. So watch out for that, okay? And playful. Make sure to make some time to be playful in whatever way that is for you. Whatever you do to lighten things up. Maybe you have a cute little kitten. But you know what I'm saying. Like, lighten it up. Don't be so serious. Yeah, there are people in your life that are less than honest or have not the best intent. But this new beginning is yours. Enjoy your new beginning. Be loyal to yourself. You know, you don't need to find validation through other people. You can self-validate. And that's a really strong message here, because I feel like, you know, it's when you're searching for others' validation is when they can really sink their teeth into you. And that's not what you want. And this reading's going to be really long. I'm going to try to... Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we can do magically to help our new life course and to weather the storms. We got Broom. What dreams may come from what you seek. Make room, make way, a clearing need be. You got to make room for the new stuff in your life. Clean, clear, make some room, okay? So, for that new energy to come in, okay? Because you are at the end of the cycle and a new beginning, so you do need to kind of like freshen things up and make room. Frog. May the lily beneath your... Sometimes, is that what it says? May the lily beneath your breasts allow... May the lily beneath your breasts allow you to drink from its healing waters. Be still, for there is a serenity behind the drowning croaks. Okay, it's frog, so that's where it's getting the lily. Okay, he's on a lily pad. Okay. At first I'm like, what? The lily beneath your... So anyways, yeah, drink from these healing waters. Again, with the swamp. Wasn't there like the mystic swamp? The mystic swamp, going deep into the waters. The frog. There's a frog down here. Going into the waters, finding yourself. So again, okay, this metamorphosis of self, this transformation of going within, of cleaning, of clearing, of making way, because this is the new chapter that you're on. Leave the others behind. Leave like what's in the past behind. Make sure you protect yourself on this new journey. You're moving forward. You're moving past, you know, the drama. People will still try to make drama for you, possibly, because they see you doing well. But again, we had this last time, and it popped up again. Celebrate. Celebrate what you've created for yourself. Celebrate your wealth. Celebrate your creativity. Celebrate all the things that you've done for yourself that brought you to this spot, to this secure spot where you're able to manifest and create abundance, beauty, jewels in your life. You should celebrate this. This is worth celebrating. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. Like this vampire in the Eight of Cups. He's celebrating. He's drinking some cups of blood. And you should. Oops, not this one. Sorry, wrong card. You should be celebrating too. You should be celebrating too, because you don't want to be in a situation. You really need to spend time with yourself. Celebrate with yourself. Date yourself, if that makes sense. Love yourself. Self-love. Focus on yourself, because that's what's going to help you. Again, oh my God, seriously. I shuffled these. I shuffled them multiple times too. And I got last time, same thing. The mermaids. Mermaids are strong. Resist the temptation of the alluring siren's call that is there to manipulate you. Okay? But also embrace your own siren song, the siren song of the universe. Connect with that, but also connect, especially if you are connecting with this archetype or this kind of feminine energy here of this siren. And also diving deep into yourself. Again, that's also very important. Diving deep with the mystic swamp, diving deep like a mermaid into the ocean of yourself. Very, very important. That's what you need to do. This is very much, you need to focus on yourself. Okay. I think I'll leave it at that. I think that is enough, because I think that's the major, maybe that's one of the things that you need to really embrace if you haven't already. Because with this past heartbreak, maybe you were trying to reach out to someone else, and that's where you got hurt and put in these situations. And that's ending, and you're starting a new beginning where you're self-actualizing yourself, focusing on yourself, embracing and celebrating yourself. And with that, good night.